What's up guys, TC here and welcome back to Starbound. I know it has been a while since we have had a custom creations video, and I know normally I give you, 3 or 4 custom items, so I figured I'd spoil you a little bit because I've been out for so long. So I've got 10, 8, maybe 8 custom weapons for you guys today, and they're all really cool. They're all a lot better than a lot of my older ones, so you'll definitely have fun with those. And also towards the end of the video I wanted to discuss with you guys kind of a bit of a dilemma I have, and kind of next steps on how to do maybe a tutorial video. I wanted to get your input on what the best possible way to do that. But anyways, we've had enough of an intro here. Let's dig into these really cool weapons. So first up, this one is not completely new. I did put it on Reddit, but I know a lot of you guys don't go on Reddit, so it's probably a first time seeing it for many of you. This is the Proteus rifle, and this is basically a gun that can transform. Its primary fire, it starts off in like this, is a shotgun. And you can right-click to transform it. So the first one is a shotgun. The second one turns into a sniper rifle. And you click one more time, and you get a grenade launcher. And the grenade launcher actually, they turn into little landmines on the ground. The interesting thing about this, let's see here. Oopsie, what did I do? There we go. The interesting thing about this weapon is that the DPS is the same for all the modes. You'll see here, 87, switch to sniper, 87, switch to grenade launcher. He doesn't explode with these things. When this blows up, it'll do 87, just trust me. But the cool thing is, so basically it kind of allows you to have the same DPS across different playstyles. So maybe you're fighting a flock of like small, weaker birds. You can use the shotgun mode. Say you want to do high impact damage on like one strong target, you can switch to the sniper rifle. Or if you want to maybe like prevent an enemy from sneaking up behind you, you can drop grenades here and there, and then you can kind of keep yourself busy while these grenades kind of guard you. So yeah, definitely a super fun weapon, and it was very challenging to make. It uses the adaptable ammo ability, which is found in the crossbow. So it's a fun little learning adventure, and there's a whole lot of potential to it. I'll probably make more in the future. Moving on to the next one here, this is the Blunderbuss. I love shotguns. Whenever I play Call of Duty, I am that guy who runs around with a shotgun and annoys you. That's me. That's how I play it. I'm sorry. I know half of you probably hate me. So I love shotguns in these games. I know Call of Duty just put out they had like a Blunderbuss in one of their new DLC updates or something like that. I want you to know that I had this Blunderbuss made before they had theirs, but this one's really cool. It's a very, very slow firing, but very, very strong. So it has a very wide spread too, you'll see here. And after each shot, you'll see he actually goes through the reload animation where he puts the crap in the barrel. So pretty fun. It does a boatload of damage. Yeah, 229 at point blank when all the pellets hit, and they bounce around quite a bit. The secondary is the same thing, but it's a lot shorter range, and the rounds penetrate the terrain. So you'll see it actually cuts through the terrain there. Let's see if we can, I don't think we'll be able to hit Punchy from this range, but we can try. Yeah, not quite. But yeah, very fun. Very slow rate of fire, but also incredibly strong, so if you're very accurate and you're okay with getting up close to enemies, it's a great little weapon. The next one here is a basic, so this is actually something I'm really happy with. When I noticed when the original battle facility I put out, it didn't have any like basic assault rifle. Like everything was kind of everything was really advanced. There weren't like basic weapons, and so with this one I found myself like, well, I want to put some basic assault rifles, some basic sniper rifles. And the first ones I put in, they were just, in hindsight, they were crappy. They were they had no like, they weren't really unique. They they looked a little different than a normal one, but there just wasn't much personality to them. So I wanted to make it a point to make even the most basic weapons in the game have some personality. So this was an assault rifle that I redid. I turned it into a dart rifle, so it's like a rapid fire dart rifle, and you'll see it actually has a little bow strung into it. Its secondary fire shoots a dart that basically it causes that, what do you call it, explosion status effect. So when you kill someone that is applied with the secondary effect, they do a bunch of bonus damage whenever they die. So yeah, it's really fun, and it's got just a lot of personality because of the way it's very different. And so I've tried to make all of the weapons kind of have some personality. So moving on from that, I've got some staffs. So I think I already showed this off very briefly. I showed it off on Reddit today. Quantum Bubble Wand, and this thing is awesome. So it's one-handed, lets you generate a bubble, and you control it around, But the cool thing about this puppy is that you can ride this son of a bitch. It's really great. You can even ride inside of it, like that. And if you have a one-handed weapon, you can even shoot out of it. And it's like super OP, I'm not gonna lie to you. You can fly, you can shoot out of it, and it even blocks projectiles from coming in. So it's super strong, and you can also use it to trap enemies and move them around as well. So yeah, it's crazy OP, but it's got some balancing factors to it. First off, whenever you use it, it drains your energy down a certain amount, and your energy won't it won't like regenerate until you stop using it. So it's sort of balanced, but it's definitely a very strong item. The next one here, this is an Nanotech Staff. So this is I wanted to make a staff that was built around support only. And so the primary, it summons a little heart, and you can guide that heart around, and it will heal you. So let's hop out of admin, or into admin mode, or out of it. And you'll see it gives you a very strong healing status effect. You can support your buddies. So real quick, we're going to take some damage here. So you see we're hurt, we spawn it in, and we're back to full health. So very strong, very cool little support item. And the secondary, I love it because it spawns in a doctor bot. And so you'll see he tries to heal you, like that. He can't hurt you or anything, all he's interested in is healing you. And also these little green dots he shoots out, he's been shooting them on the ceiling, which is kind of annoying, but they give you speed boost, so here you go. You can pick them up and they boost you in your speed, and basically the whole time he's going to hover around and try to heal you and your buddies. The bad part is, due to the way the game kind of programs guys, he's technically an enemy, although he can't hurt you. That's why he's targeting you, is because he's technically an enemy. He's just targeting you with healing abilities. He won't hurt you or anything like that. The bad news is that you can hurt him, so you have to be careful. Let's see if we can. Come here. There we go. So yeah, you do have to be careful, but it's pretty easy to not hit him. And it makes sense too. You wouldn't, you gotta be careful not to shoot your allies. So it's super fun, and he's great. You can kind of spawn this little doctor bot in, and he'll just kind of continually heal you and your buddies. I put him on a self-timer so that he eventually runs out of health no matter what, just because I don't want a bunch of robots floating around that don't die. And all of the monsters that I have that are summonable have that little attribute where they eventually die. So the next one here, this is the Nanotech Staff. This one's geared more towards offense, and it spawns pretty much fleets of little robots. So he charges up with the electricity like that. Let go. This one spawns in 3 custom little hover bots, which they're on your team. These ones you can't hurt. They're like proper pets. They will eventually die though. That's the balancing part here. So the primary does spawn in 3 of them, and the secondary spawns in 1 of these little guys. And as you can see, they do match. Same color scheme. This one will shoot a laser and a rocket. Let's spawn in something for him to kill. Oh, whoops, we're not in admin mode. There you go. So he's shooting rockets, and he'll get really close, and they'll fight each other. It's pretty easy. He's got homing rockets and little electrical things, and when he's done, when he dies, he'll explode like that, which is nice. Definitely a cool little staff. It allows you to kind of spawn in just a little army to fight for you. And you do have to keep replenishing it because they'll eventually despawn. Now the other ones I've got here, first up, I've been working on animating some weapons. You'll see this is a Buzzsaw Sword right here, and this one's kind of cool. Even sounds like a buzzsaw. And it has a little upswing ability, like that. Let's see, can we get up here? There we go. So yeah, definitely a fun little thing. It's kind of like a gas-powered sword. It's got little clouds of smoke that pop off of it. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but it's really cool looking because it's animated. I've got a new, this is like a super hammer. It's like massive. Takes forever to charge up, but it hits for colossal damage. And it knocks opponents really far. It's got a secondary, I think it makes you spin jump up kind of high. A little bit different than the regular sword one. So yeah, super fun. I've got a, this is called the Thor Arc Rifle. And this thing's awesome. So it lets you shoot around corners with this like bolt of electricity. So let's go up here. Run your lightning up here. And boom, you can shoot it around. There you go. And so, yeah, it's a really fun little weapon. It just lets you guide this arc of lightning. Definitely fun. And then the secondary spawns in a little zone This won't work on me because I'm an admin. There you go. But this gives you an energy boost and causes you to glow. It's just kind of a nice little bonus ability that you can kind of support you and your teammates with. Moving on to the next one here, this is another animated one. So you'll notice this one changes colors. This is a Crescent Blade. It's called the Accelerator Crescent, and I wanted a weapon that would make you, that was built around kind of mobility. So this one has like a really short cooldown on the spin ability, and it can kind of slash with the primary, and it allows you to jump around really quick. So yeah, and it obviously looks pretty cool because it's got the like pulsating color to it. Up next, I got a cool looking Scythe, which I don't know if I've shown you guys this or not, but it's old to me, it might be new to you, but it's really cool because we don't have any like proper scythes in the game. So I got that, and it's got a really sick charge ability. You charge it up, the electric kind of like red lightning goes around you. You let off, and your character will boost around, and you can kind of guide it like that. Let's see if we can get a controlled one. There you go. Yeah, it's kind of, it turns you into like a little rocket, and you can boost around and do damage like that. Coming up on our next one here, we have got the platform projector. Now, I love this thing. It took forever. I've been wanting to make a weapon like this for a while. I made it about a month ago, I think, and I put it on Reddit. A lot of people really liked it. I never really showed it off on my YouTube channel. And it basically just it's a one-handed weapon that projects platforms, and the player can just jump on them, and yeah, they perform just like regular platforms. You can drop through them. And it's really just, it allows you incredible mobility. You can pretty much just never touch the ground with this thing. Yeah, super fun. I could make a whole mini game built around just this item here. So do I have any more in here that I haven't shown you guys? I did redo a couple. So for instance, there is, ooh, here's one. So this is a grappling hook. So I didn't have any, I didn't have a custom grappling hook, and I added one. The thing is, a grappling hook isn't really that good by itself, so I had to find a way to buff it. So this one here, whenever you plug into a surface, it actually recharges you. So you'll see there you get energy regeneration as long as you're plugged in. And it also performs better than a regular grappling hook too. It reels in and reels out quicker. So yeah, you can plug into a surface and you'll basically have unlimited energy as long as you stay plugged in. So your other weapon can have pretty much unlimited energy output. I redid the Nanotech Staff, so it looks a lot cooler now. Oopsie, let's put that there. There we go. And so this one, it's functionally it's pretty much the same. Still spawns with nanobots, but they're different color now. And then it's got a little pet nanobot. This is like a pet that'll kind of float around and fight for you. Whoopsie. There we go. So now he'll swarm down and start killing this thing, if you can ever get to it. Come on, get him. We're gonna kill this pop-top ourselves. I had to be careful with this thing because it's a ton of particles, and I didn't want to make it like overwhelmingly to the point where it would like slow your game down. I have another one here I didn't show you. Oh, here it is. So this is the Mjolnir Orbital Laser, and I love this thing. So I don't have very many one-handed weapons that are super strong. But this is definitely one, and it's balanced out because it's got a super long recharge rate. You'll see it's got a little laser on it, and it pretty much lets you scan the area. And whenever you decide you want to shoot it, it does a ton of damage, but it's got a long cooldown, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of tricky to hit targets with. So pretty much the idea is you scan an area, and an orbital laser shoots a big beam down. And it does work indoors, so don't worry about you don't have to be indoors or out. You can be completely underground. It doesn't matter. So real quick, we're gonna shoot this little guy. So as you can see, it does a boatload of damage, but it's kind of tricky to hit targets. So very strong. It's just kind of hard to use. It's kind of got a long delay between shots. So you have to make it count. So anyways, that's going to wrap up on the cool weapons I have for you guys. I'll make sure to include a link below, a paste bin with all of these weapons, so you guys can have a lot of fun with some of these, and hopefully forgive me for how long I've been off the market with putting out episodes. Really quick though, I did want to ask your opinion. So I put out a video the other day about talking about a tutorial video on making a basic weapon guide, and so I went ahead and tried to make one, and it was very, very basic, and it still ended up being 48 minutes long. And that was just for the basic version, and I stripped down a lot of it. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to make an actual educational video much shorter than that. So I'm going to go ahead and upload that. And if it's very technical, it's very long. So if that's not your speed, I get it. But for those of you who are interested in that kind of thing, that video will be there. If you're not interested, you don't have to watch it. I get it. It's very like technically oriented and also very, very long and probably really boring to a lot of you. But I pretty much just kind of do a walkthrough of the basics of, I have an item, I'm going to explain all the parameters, how you can change them, and what kind of things you can do with it. And, you know, maybe later I'll make a more extended series that kind of digs in deeper. And someone else brought up something in the comments I think that might be a good idea as well that would kind of cater the other way. He mentioned instead of a how-to video, I would make a how I do it video. And so the idea is next time I go to make a really unique custom item, I would just record the whole process, and then I would trim out all the fat and only show like maybe like a 10-minute highlight reel of how I kind of, you know, worked my way to a starting point, or from a starting point to a finished debugged item. And so you guys could kind of see the evolution of maybe something that started off really basic and turned into something really, really complicated. You wouldn't be able to like learn a lot, like technically speaking, about it, but you would kind of be able to see the process that I would go through condensed down into like a 5 or 10 minute video. So I thought that might be cool. I wanted to run it by you guys. So you let me know what you think. I'm probably going to upload that almost hour-long video anyways, just because I've already done it and put in the effort. So let me know. If you like the idea of that kind of condensed version too, I might try to do that as well. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please rate, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later.